to the Sacramento Acoustic Podcast. Once again, I'm Jasen Koster, and we've got a great show for you tonight. We have a new guest, a good friend of ours, Mr. Alex Dorame. How you doing, Alex?
Good, how you doing?
I'm great, man.
Thanks for having me.
So, just want to ask you, some basic questions, give you a kind of an interview, let you tell the people what's going on in your musical world here in Sacramento, and enlighten everybody. It's kind of what we like to do.
Sounds good.
So go ahead and tell us a little bit about your first band.
Well, my first band started, I want to say, probably the summer of my 8th grade summer school year. It was called Socially Unacceptable. It was with this guy, John Keel, and Greg Jimenez. And we're just a punk rock band, and although we weren't a Christian band, we played with a lot of Christian bands,
Right.
Like a band called Silage. One of those guys in that band, his name was Ian, and he was in bands like Pipe Down and Sacramento. So like pretty young, like playing bass,
Yeah, how old were you guys when that started?
Well, they were seniors, and I was a freshman. I was going to be a freshman, so like we went on tour, like just a little mini tour, which was awesome. I was like the only kid in my class like doing that, and it got kind of to be a disaster because the van froze over. There was a blizzard, and like I didn't know if I was going to make it home for Christmas. And
oh man,
I was 14, and
that's tragic.
yeah. So, but it was a great experience. I love those guys. We came out with like a cassette tape or something like that.
Nice.
So it was good.
Back when cassettes were still cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Nice. That sounds real fun. Not a lot of people had a chance to be in a band and do that kind of thing at that age.
Yeah.
That's kind of rare. So that's really cool. That must have been a lot of fun. Tell us a little bit about S.T.R. What's going on with that?
I joined S.T.R. Probably about, I think, October. It's May right now, so been there a couple months. I enjoy the band. It's fun. I get to actually not take it. I mean, I take everything seriously, but I don't have to lead or round up everybody. I still put in my time by booking some shows and making it to band practice on time and stuff like that. But other than that, it just gives me back to my I guess punk rock roots, actually playing scales, because my other band, I'm more of a rhythm guitar, so.
Right.
So now, I get to play notes and get my chops back up, and it's fun, move around a little bit.
So how do you feel about the music video that Thesuckerpunks put together for the song Not Tonight? How you liking being a video star?
Well, I haven't really been, playing music all the time. I haven't really been on video too much, so, takes some time to get used to, but it makes me really happy to see that it's getting put somewhere.
I thought it was the coolest thing. I'd never really been in videos myself, in the past until just recently when we all started doing this, this producing and stuff like that. So I just thought it was the coolest thing ever to see us in what I would call a really good music video.
Yeah, it was. I like the dialogue. It was hilarious. I don't know if it was improv but it was pretty funny.
Oh yeah. So all right, well, go ahead and talk about and name off the first song that you're gonna play for us.
The first song I want to play, it's about I play a lot of my songs they're about friends and drinking and all that. But this one is about how at a certain time of the year you're supposed to feel warm and you're around friends, and sometimes these friends aren't always there. But you gotta open your eyes a little bit, and you'll see a bunch right in front of you. It's just playing this Jane in front of your face. So this one's called. What's this one called? This one's called Warm in December.
Warm in December.
And I'm going to stand up and play for y'all.
Alright.
I hope I don't screw this up. I remember December used to feel so warm and not so cold and gray. Dodging conversation about all the things your soul, and I know I'm gonna beat this. And I know, oh, you really care. I promise to you all that I'll see better days, and I'll be warm in December again. Does anyone feel the same way? Dilute in your feelings with the poison to forget impossible days. Hearing my friends laughing, bringing a smile to my face. Thank you all for helping me forget the bitter places. And I know I'm gonna beat this. And I know I really care. Oh, I promise to you all that I'll see better days, and I'll be warm in December again. Never felt so cold and alone. My heart is shaking and bleeding. No one to call my home. I'm feeling empty. Those poisons trying to tempt me to forget my fears. And I know I'm gonna beat this. And I know, oh, you really care. I promise to you all that I'll see better days, but I'll be warm in December again. And I'll be warm in December again. Thanks, guys.
All right. So you're juggling two bands right now, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Your second band, or your first band, I guess you'd call it, is Killdevil, right?
Killdevil, yeah.
How do you find the contrast in the two projects?
Well, Killdevil is like more of a, I want to say it's like more of an early 90s alt punk band, like Dinosaur Jr., Metasonic Youth, this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I think it gives us a little bit more of a buffer zone, as in with maybe S.T.R, because S.T.R is a punk and, you know, maybe some thrash in there.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have like maybe like some ska, you know, or ska type of music, but you know that goes with like, you know, the punk genre. I think Killdevil gives us a little bit more buffer zone to experiment. Let's just say with, so we're not like segregated into like one area, and which makes it kind of hard to like, you know, put a bill together, you know, because we're not hard punk and we're not thrash, but I mean we still have some heavy riffs and everything like that. So
gotta keep it a little bit different.
Gotta keep it a little bit different, you know, and it challenges us. You know, Artie's he's a singer and guitarist for Killdevil, which is my brother. I mean, he's a great guitarist. He has some weird tunings and, you know, some weird chords that he plays. But, you know, it challenges me to, like, keep me on my toes with that type of genre. And, you know, juggling both bands, I think it's good for me, you know. So because it keeps me diverse. It keeps me, like, interested in both bands. Because I don't get so bored just like...
You challenge yourself into being creative in other ways. Yeah, I agree with you completely. Because I've done some completely different projects from, you know, what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
You know, my hardcore band, and I've also been in like a very mellow indie style band where, you know, I was vocalizing, you know, there was really minimal screaming. It was all based on, you know, just clean singing and stuff like that. And then I was in I Hate Everything, which was different from anything that I've ever done. You know, the hardcore and the metal. It just was just this chaotic thrash, crazy nonsense. You know, so like I love doing different.
Yeah, and you know, it's just like, you know, I think it tells a lot of the younger people, you know, just because, you know, you play a certain type of music doesn't mean you have to limit yourself. I mean, you know, you're not gonna be not cool if you're a punk rock band and then you're like started this band, you know. Yeah. Music is music, you know, and you know, however you want to, like, I don't want to sound like cliche, express yourself, but you know, if you know, you just don't want to have to like limit yourself, you know. I mean, it's okay to like everything. I go to these shows, and you know, you see like a horseshoe, you know, and they're scared to like the band. They're like looking at other people to see if they can like the band. You know, we've all been there before, you know, kids and not knowing what to like.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, is it cool to like this? Oh, the older guys might like that, you know. But I don't know. It just keeps me like, you know, not so bored in one band and playing one thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I do that with my taste in music. I listen to absolutely everything. You know, I'll listen to country music. You know, and I know a lot of people who just refuse to listen to country because they think it's just so sad and depressing. I'm like, it's not all sad and depressing.
Yeah. I mean, you listen to the stuff that I play solo. I mean, that's kind of sad and depressing. But I mean, if you never heard me, you probably wouldn't think I'd probably. Well, I mean, be in a band like S.T.R. or Killdevil, you know. So I mean, like I said, it just keeps you interested in what you're doing. That's why I like doing solo things. You know. So.
Absolutely, yeah. So you said you're in a band with your brother. Yeah. How was that?
It's easier to fight with each other, that's for sure. You know, because, you know, we ain't going anywhere. We're related, so I mean. Exactly. So I mean, yeah, we fight and bicker a lot. But you know, overall, you know, playing with him like the past couple of years, actually, like I think it's 6 years. We learned just to like get through it and press on. I mean, we've been through a number of drummers, and you know, for different reasons. So every time we get a drummer, you know the feeling you got to start over again, you know, and that gets like kind of annoying. But especially like spending a whole bunch of time with your brother, you know. I mean, but other than that, you know, love him to death. I mean, he's way creative. He comes up with most of the songs, and you know, so, and he, you know. He's a great guitarist, you know. So I mean, admiring him growing up, you know, that's what probably one of my influences on, you know, playing music was, you know, everyone had the older brother that you wanted to keep, you know, play with. So which we never did until we got older. So.
That's really true. I can kind of relate because my younger brother plays the drums in my band, and we bicker and argue all the time. But like we always know that, like you said, you know, we're bound together. You know, we're bind together, and he's not going anywhere. Neither am I. No matter how much we fight.
And you can say whatever you want, and it's awesome.
It's totally fun. And I love actually being in a band with my brother. You know, he's like I was talking with somebody earlier today about when you're in a band, you know, each member has their own key elements that help keep that band together. Yeah. You know, and if that member doesn't have its elements, then you end up losing him. And somebody else jumps on, you know, until you just get that feel of people. My brother's gonna be that guy who's always gonna be my drummer.
Yeah, you're always gonna have chemistry because you know how to. You know how to work the angles. With that person. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you got a second song coming up, right?
Yeah, this one, I thought, I mean, I want to play old, it's hard just to pick three, but this one, I hope I really don't mess up this one, because I wrote this one maybe like last year, and this one's called St. Jude, and basically I was writing a song about a girl or drinking or whatever, you know, and I saw a commercial of the St. Jude's Children's Hospital, you know, and it's just like, there's so many other things that you could write about other than the same old country song. You know what I mean? Like that I always write. So this one's called St. Jude. And yeah, these, you know, there's a lot of children out there that like need, you know, I understand helping people in other countries, but I mean there's people here that within the community
that also need help.
That need help and need love.
Yeah.
and need treatment and need food and need parents. So I wrote this song, like I said, I think it was sometime about last year, and yeah, this one's called St. Jude. Sorry. Well, this one's for you. Are you terrified and tired? Well, you don't deserve this. Your memories I admire. Well, I know you're in pain every day and every night. You won't let your loved ones down, not without God's right to be the one with the most heart I've ever seen. Your blood is on your side. Don't you ever think goodbye. Goodbye. Well, it's not what you have, 'cause I know you're more than that. And the tears that you made, no need to be ashamed. You're beautiful, and your smile, it feels so hot. No matter what happens, our souls will never part. Will never part. I wish there was a day for a cure, so you connect your age. I hate to see you go so soon for your time. The thought of what you're going through just kills me deep inside. You deserve happiness and a simple gift of life. To be the one with the most heart I've ever seen. Your blood is on your side. Don't you ever think goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you.
All right. Nice. Very good. So you just picked up a summer job. Go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, well, I just got it today. I mean, I found out that it was going pretty good. Well, okay. I saw an opening. My friend Lindsay, she showed me an opening about this summer music program called Rockstar, and it's teaching kids from ages 5 to 11, like rock history, and then at the end of the summer, they have to play a song. So I applied, and you know, I got an interview, and it was crazy. You know, it wasn't that crazy, but I never gotten interviewed by 4 people. Like, there's 4 people sitting there, and then like one guy on Skype, like from LA, and
Really?
so yeah, so I thought I was a little bit ahead of myself, but you know, they called me, and I helped sit down in a class, and I got the job. I got all my units in, you know, the required units for school. So, yeah, I start on June 11th, and you know, it should be pretty awesome. They give you a whole rock history curriculum, and hopefully show these kids some cool stuff.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Actually.
Pretty stoked. It's more scary than nervous because, you know, you got these fresh little like minds.
Yeah.
And you know, I guess I'm a role model now, so I don't know. It's because I used to look up to like my music teacher when I was like 8 or something. I went to Catholic school, and you know, he played every instrument. And I don't know. Now I'm that guy. I guess I'm older now. I'm an old guy now.
Well, we're all getting to that point.
Yeah, totally.
So it's just during the summer. So you're preparing them for. You're actually going to be teaching them a specific song.
Yeah, I suggest some songs, you know. And you know, they may pick one, or I may pick one. You know, I want them to do something like cool. You know, not something like so like. I mean, I like ACDs, but you know, like not something like that. You know, I don't want to be cliche. But like, yeah, they pick a song and they have no experience. Some of them have never touched a guitar. And that's what's pretty intimidating. And I saw, you know, a lady. I sat in on a class, and the lady was teaching a song to them called "Smoke on the Water," and they never touched an instrument before. And you know, they're not like perfect, but they weren't too bad. You know, so a lot of patience, and a lot of like, you know, attention needs to be paid to each one of these kids. So it's a challenge, but I feel like I really need that in my life.
Yeah, I think that's really funny that even after 30 years or more, "Smoke on the Water" is still a song that kids first learn how to play on the guitar.
And you know, I think a lot of it has to do with what's it called? The rock guitar. What's it called? Guitar Hero. I guess that's what
I would have thought of that word.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never played it, and well, I think I played it once, and I was horrible.
Right.
Yeah. So I just stick to the whole thing.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So that sounds like a lot of fun that you're going to be getting into. So so tell us a little bit about the punk rock hootenanny.
The punk rock hootenanny. I haven't really been on a showcase, but I've been featured. I book a lot of shows that are acoustic. You know, I've booked shows with Andrew Harrison. He's like one of my really good friends. We get together and play guitar and drink too much. I played a lot. You know, I put on a lot of shows when the distillery was going on. You know, a lot of these acoustic punk rock shows. You know, with, you know, Kenny Beasley would show up. AJ from City of Vane or Splitsville.
Yeah.
I think I had Ross Hughes from Tilt Wheel. So I've been showing. You know, I've been putting these punk rock shows on for quite a bit. You know. Now Sean Hills is taking over for the Presto booking. He's doing these punk rock hootenannies, which I think is awesome because it gets all these bands that are a certain genre, but they're playing acoustic guitar. And we just have a blast, you know. Yeah. And first, you know, it's like gets out to a slow start, but like by like 11 o'clock, everyone's just having a good time.
Yeah.
And just like they can't wait to like get up there and play. And you know, Danny Secretion's up there. Andrew, like I said, Andrew Harrison. I think Corey Weegar gets up there sometimes. I think even Ming from City of Vane, he got up there. And we have a good time. Me and I think Andrew ballroom danced or something. I don't know. It was a good time, you know. By like 12:30, just like we don't want it to end. You know, we don't even care if there's people there. We're just playing music and having a good time.
Yeah.
Which that's what we originally signed up to play music for.
Yeah.
Is to have a good time. You know, not be so serious and not have you know, problems playing music. It was just a good time.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Kudos to Sean Hills. He's doing a good thing for all of us.
Yeah. Andy also gave him a thumbs up. So Sean Hill, you're doing a good job.
You're doing a good job, Sean. He's a brawny hunk of a man. He is.
That guy. So what's the next song and last song that you're going to be playing tonight for us?
The next song I'm going to be playing It's actually like 2 weeks old. So, it's just about you know, just going through hard times, and you know, even though you know your self-esteem is down here, and you don't have to tell all your friends what's going on, you know, because thinking what they might judge you on or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's just like a battle within. It's like one of those cliche songs I was talking about. So,
Nice.
so this one's kind of untitled. Are we good? My brightest days are gone. It's about time I move on with my life. Confused with the burden of chance. The memories of you are fading fast. For all of you who've been feeling broken, burned, and beaten, don't justify what you're going through to the people you love most. I'm crawling down this road again. I'm hoping my angels will be sent to get me out of this alcohol-driven hell tonight. Your words to me seem faded, cheap and regurgitated, picking a fight between my mind and my heart, getting yanked from the front of the line, the crutch removed from my spine. What I felt wasn't smart, wasn't smart. The world is moving further without me. I'm in rewind, I'm falling behind. The blind leading the blind. Who or what's supposed to guide me to keep me from screaming about myself? To keep me from screaming about my self-indulgent past. Thanks.
Right. That was awesome. That's a very emotional song. Like I can feel the emotion in the chords.
Like sweat splattering all over you.
Those are tears.
Yeah, those are tears. Your tears are not sweat.
Nice. So before we end this, have a little bit more conversation. I want to talk about some of your musical inspirations, like who inspired you. You know, what kind of music, or you know, even like somebody who
showed me some stuff.
Yeah.
Well, growing up, you know, I grew up in with a single mom, so I had to it was me and my brother, and my cousins eventually moved up to Sacramento from LA, and my cousin David, he used to watch this old show made in the 80s called the MTV Power Hour, and you know, he'd record them and on video cassette tape, kids, and we used to show some, and we would watch it, and you know, he'd show us, you know, suicidal tendencies, possessive skate, you know, Anthrax, Iron Maiden was probably one of his biggest ones. Like Van Halen, I wasn't digging on them at the time. Still a good band. I like Van Halen a lot. I've seen them a bunch of times. But you know, the Megadeth, you know, those like thrash type bands like Anthrax, you know, and like Suicidal Tendencies, it kind of like struck a chord. Like there's something about it that I like. Like it wasn't so painted. It was more of, it wasn't so like stenciled.
Yeah.
Basically, it was thrown paint on a wall, and it was just,
yeah,
that's what it was, and it made me stoked. You know, I was a kid back then, so I didn't really know about how to, you know, react to it. But you know, growing up, you know, in high school, you know, getting around older kids, they were showing me like, you know, bands like, like bands like 15, and then listening to Filibuster, and then this guy Matt Surdage, he's in this band, the Generals right now, but he used to be in this band Pocket Change. We used to go to the show at the Cattle Club. And see him, my first show, him with his Zoinks, I crowd surfed for the first time, and he was a phenomenal bassist. I looked up to him, and so, bass guitar could be freaking cool. Because, like, when I first saw one of the first videos of, the Metallica Cliff 'Em All, playing Fatal Black, and he's like, dude, this bass solo, I'm like, that's a cool guy. He makes bass look rad, and Cliff Burton was awesome, and but I could still look at Matt Surge was totally different, pretty pop punk bass.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just combining the two, you just get this a big like mesh of rainbow sherbet, and it's just like either way it's good,
Absolutely.
But influences, like 15, Iron Maiden, early Metallica, Filibuster, Pocket Change, SNFU, FYP, Minor Threat was pretty big. I loved them. Yeah. Going to hardcore shows. Growing up in the in the 90s, I started like listening to a lot of hardcore. Even though it wasn't straight edge. Sorry, Mom. I just listened to like Earth Crisis. I listened to bands like Strife.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I playing in some of these hardcore bands. Watching bands like Zale, which is a terrific band, Training for Utopia.
Yeah.
Going to all those shows and seeing Strong Arm, and then you have your metal friends. You loved Slayer, Sepultura. And one of my favorite shows, I saw Sepultura at Earth Crisis, and that was a culture clash.
Oh, geez.
Because you got the metalheads, the straight edge kids. It was, but it was fun. Like I said, and then you just regroup, and the more you get older, you evolve, and you start giving a shit less of what people think of you, and you start playing in different bands. You can play in a hardcore band, you can play in a punk rock band, you can play like acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And you can have like tattoos and play any type of music, jazz, hip hop. I filled in for some hip hop, like playing jazz. So
nice.
Like I said, it's just let yourself open to everything. I think you just start learning as you get older.
Yeah,
what you really like want out of what you started.
You basically learn as you get older to pave your own road.
Yeah.
Instead of falling into one specific influence, you just start to venture and wander out.
Exactly. And there's a lot of good bands like out here like right now. So and they're starting to do that, and I think Sacramento is kind of moving forward. We're getting past all the bullshit.
Yeah.
And we're moving forward. So.
Yeah. Speaking of Sacramento, go ahead and tell us, some about your favorite local musicians and bands like that.
Well, a lot of these bands are all my friends. Which
is awesome.
Which is really, it's really an honor to have and to be where I am right now too. Even though we're not making any money, we're still doing what we love, and we're all friends, and there's no bullshit. And like I said, with Hootenanny, we just had a show. Like Killdevil just had a show at Ace of Spades with Kill the Preston, which is rad. They're all rad guys. The Secretions, it was Killdevil, the Secretions, Black Mackerel, Giant Squid, and City of Vain. And no one would ever thought that the Secretions would be playing with, well, one, the Killdevil, or two, like Kill the President, or and everybody in that band, they're all rad, and we 600 plus people there, and they're saying Sacramento's dying scene. 600 plus people there, and it's all local bands at Ace of Spades. I think we're doing something right, as long as we're not going to back down from what people are telling what we're supposed to be.
Right.
I'd like to see like a lot more diverse stuff happen, like diverse shows. But other than that, and more bands trying to get out there, not being so so shy and not being so cliquey. You know, there's a lot of cliques within, you know, these communities, and you know, if we could all like just hang out, and we all like beer, we all like guitar, we all like whiskey, we all like, you know, laughing. So it's just like, I think we should just base on, let's not drink too much whiskey together, or we'll fight. But I'm just joking, Dad.
The musician fight, you know, it'd be like punk versus metal.
Yeah.
We'll film that one day.
But you know, I mean, having like a diverse show, like, you know, that one, I think there just needs to be more like a hip hop, you know, hip hop groups. I don't, you know, I try to, you know, I want to try and start booking more hip hop groups with punk rock bands, because basically hip hop
is punk rock.
Is punk rock, but in a different style. You know,
Yeah.
They speak their mind. They're doing what they want, and they're not giving into what people expect or want from them. They're doing what they want to do. You know,
exactly.
So it's just like it's all the same shit. You know, we all look weird. We all have problems, and we all drink way too much and smoke cigarettes, but we just need to get all underneath one roof and like do a show to where, like, you know, there's nobody. I don't want to sound all hippie-ish, but like,
why don't we all just love each other?
Yeah, let's all love each other. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would like to see a lot more people go into more shows other than their own, and that's what kills me. Is like, people want everybody to go to their shows, but you don't show up or show support for any other groups, you know, and
I completely agree.
You know, I mean, the only shows they go to are their own, and that's just, and they leave after they play, and that's a no-no. Everybody, that's a no-no, and it kills me. It eats me up inside. Just like, what are you in this for? They just want a quick turnkey project, you know?
Yeah, those are the kind of musicians that are only in it for themselves. They just want to get rich or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, getting rich would be awesome. But like, I mean,
don't be so you know, headstrong about it, where it's all about you and nobody else matters. Because if you didn't have these other bands helping, you know, to sell and bring people, then nobody, 10 people are gonna come see your show.
You know, and that's why I think, Sacramento, we got there's musicians, and then there's diehards, and there's a lot of diehards that like in our friend zone that like show up to shows, even though we see each other at bars, and we even play with each other, but we see each other at bars all the time. We still go and support each other's shows. I always see people from City of Vane at Killdevil shows or S.T.R. shows, or like we always go to their shows. It's just, it's good to see a friend, out there, and Walking Dead, they're always at shows. Anthony, I always see him at our shows.
Oh yeah.
Andrew's always at the shows. Corey Wiegert, he's always a familiar face, from Dead Dads. And sorry I don't mention a lot of these, a lot of other bands. I mean, I could just go down the list. But we still need more, There's always could be like more, and that's what I think we need to work on.
Absolutely. So let's work on some unity, Sacramento music.
Unity.
So we're gonna go ahead and conclude this. Alex, it's been great. You've been a really good guest.
Thank you.
And the music that you brought is amazing.
Thank you.
We really like the diversity. You've been a different taste here from everyone else, and that's really what we want to see, is just the different people bringing their different styles and whatever. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and we're gonna go ahead and sign off.
Thanks, Sucker Punk Productions.